Welcome to the Underground Nation podcast, the show that explores the voices, stories, and sounds shaping the underground music scene across the world. In this episode, we step into a sonic universe where music becomes ritual and identity splits into myth. Our featured guest is Twisted Split, a genre-bending artist known for blending dreamy hip-hop, dark trap, digital punk, and gothic industrial soundscapes into something entirely their own. Under SSMG management, Twisted Split has built a reputation for captivating audiences not only through music, but through immersive live performances that combine sound with fire-spinning artistry and powerful visual symbolism. Each release is part of a growing mythology that challenges listeners to question identity, embrace duality, and awaken something deeper within themselves. From opening for Lit Frank to performing at the Gettysburg Christmas Festival, Twisted Split continues to push creative boundaries while building a distinctive presence within the underground music world. Today, we explore the story behind the mask, the meaning behind the music, and the creative forces shaping this evolving artist. Now, stepping into the conversation, here is your host of the Underground Nation podcast, Feral Minx.
Underground Nation, lean in for this one. Tonight, we're stepping into a world where sound becomes ritual and identity fractures into myth. Our guest is a genre-bending visionary operating at the crossroads of dreamy hip-hop, trap, digital punk, and gothic industrial. Their music doesn't just play, it summons. Known for masked mystique, raw vulnerability, and electrifying live performances that fuse music with fire-spinning performance art, this artist turns every stage into a ceremony and every record into a living chapter of mythology. Under SSMG management, having opened for Lit Frank and performed at the Gettysburg Christmas Festival, their latest releases, Chainbreaker and Do the Most, dropped on Halloween because, of course, they did. Underground Nation, welcome to the show, Twisted Split.
Hey, what's good?
How are you?
I'm good. It's cold as hell out here, but hey, it's good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, cold, man, cold. It really starts to do things with you. But the name Twisted Split immediately implies duality. What is the split, and when did you first realize it was central to who you are as an artist?
Twisted Split. The twisted part comes from the different types of stuff that I do. The split actually is because my tongue's bifurcated and pierced in the middle.
Well, yeah, I guess that would be a split. You care to elaborate on that for those simple-minded individuals that may not know what all that is?
So I have my tongue split in half, so I can move both halves separately, and then I got in the middle of it's pierced.
That's great. Can we get a little can we get a visual? Oh my goodness! Look at that.
That's my fangs. I got.
You got things too? Oh my
Yeah, $2,000, man. $2,000.
$2,000 for things. That is crazy. So yeah, I guess the split would definitely be physical.
Yeah.
Any symbolic or maybe just heartfelt meaning? Anything behind it, or just
the split? It was actually I went and did it because I was curious on how much it would hurt. So I did it with no anesthetic and no sutures. So every morning I had to they would try to close. I had to pull it apart. Yeah. And same with my fangs. They didn't do any numbing agents when they drilled and filed down what was underneath. These are caps, so these are veneers.
Right.
But they had to drill everything else down. Normally, I was like, nah, I'm just curious. And then when they went to put these on, they're like, we have to numb it, but you're going to be drooling all over yourself. I said, I think not. I want to flash them around, so let's do it. Yeah, that sucked. Your teeth sucks. I'd do my tongue again anytime.
Yo, I mean, so to say you're a sucker for pain is kind of an understatement.
A wee bit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I've not had anything with my mouth. I've had my tongue pierced. I have tattoos, love tattoos. I get the feeling on that. I feel you with that. No numbing. Just do it. Let's get it done. I want to feel it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely get you on that one. So, yeah, that's great. That's fucking great. So you describe your work as world building through sound and symbol. When did music stop being just songs and start becoming mythology for you?
It's always been like that because I tie so much imagination into it and I want my music to have substance. So I'm even working on a lore with it. So those that follow my music will see that I'm always using some type of eyeball creature. It's an all eyeball headed humanoid and he's known as Insight. And so, as my music, because I'm multi-genre, as my music dabbles into other stuff, so does his style, how he looks. That's why our album art changes. And my collabs with people, he's stepping into their world. So my music reflects that as well. So if you're listening to my heavier stuff, you're like, oh, this is a very dark place. You know, where my happier stuff, you would think, okay, the visuals has me in a hammock, and you're like, okay, I can feel that. I can feel that. So it's world building.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I mean, you do cross genres. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. Very versatile doesn't even cover the tip of the iceberg on that. It does not. Yeah, the genre bending, absolutely multiple. I mean, you tickled my ears on so many different levels. It's just like songs were just different. Like, yeah, we were going into the dark, and then we were going into a happy place, and then we were going
Yep.
into a more mellow place. All over, all over. That's great. So you have this creature. Where did the creature come from? I mean, did he
I've
was
just
just
always been, yeah, I've always been obsessed with eyeballs. And so then I was like, let's give it life. And dabbling and drawing and, sketching with some friends a couple of years ago created this character and he's just stuck.
nice? So it's kind of always been like a third eye.
Yes. Yes.
Got it. Got it. That's fucking great. So you to be able to actually give him, life to say and, to bring that third eye insight across the genres with your music and your art. And it's not just music, it's your art as well.
Yes. Yes. Yes, because I tie fire spinning into it. I'm actually working on just a kind of overview. It's a coloring activity book that ties music into it as well. I don't want to go into too many details because this is going to be a really cool project. I have artists, illustrators, all kinds of stuff working on this with me. So there's going to be a lot of hands on this, and I'm very excited to see what happens with this one.
Well, yeah, you piqued my interest on that. That sounds great. I mean, I love coloring. I love music. I'm a very kinetic audio visual person. So absolutely, I'm definitely let me know when that goes on.
Because the goal is like to tease all the senses, and then I'll have with each section, like I said, music correlates to that section, so you're listening to that vibe. And then, it'll take you to some music videos or animation that I have people working on for that specific scene. So there's no getting bored because everybody has ADHD out the asshole in 2025. So it's like, you're going to pay attention to my shit. Oh, you don't want color? Oh, you can listen. You don't want to listen? Watch this. All right. Yeah. Right. You're good.
Focus. You're focusing.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh my God. I fight with that so bad daily. That hits hard, man. If you can find a coloring book that captures my attention with the music and I am there.
Right.
Too. That is fucking great. That's awesome. And so you're collaborating with lots of different artists that are in on this as well.
Yeah. Different countries too.
Multi-minded.
It's like they've reached out to, and it's like, all right, cool. So now I'm strategically placing it where I'm having different artists in different areas and countries. So when we drop it, it's promoting everywhere. So everybody's going to see it. And if we all put backing and promotion behind it, everybody's going to see it. It might not be for everyone, but the ones that it's for are going to find it.
So you're not just going in the States, you're going across the pond. You're going all over, worldwide.
Oh, yeah. And that's been interesting, too, because the time differences and language barriers and shit. Ah, man. But it's been fun. It's been fun.
I bet it has. You meet all different kinds of people, all different walks of life, man. That's great. That's fucking great. So, your aesthetic blends masks, mystique, and vulnerability. How do you balance hiding behind a mask while still being emotionally exposed?
So I separate, it's the duality piece. So with the mask on, it's usually my heavier stuff. So I'm able to show expression through aggressive movements in the fire and stuff. And then, taking that mask off is when I do get into the melodic, softer side of stuff. And with me separating the two, it's like I can put myself in a concert anywhere. Oh, you want hype? I can do that. Oh, you want some softer stuff at a party? Okay, on a boat. I got that. We in the Bahamas type vibe. Let's go. So I do put emotion in everything, but people feel the darker stuff is emotionless because it's very heavy and they're just like, whoa, or they feel it's angry. So it's up to the listeners on how they feel about it.
So
If you're loving what you're hearing from Twisted Split, then you're going to love what you'll discover at underground-nation.com. That's underground-nation.com, the home of the music, artists, and voices rising from beneath the surface. From underground hip-hop and metal to genre-bending innovators and fearless creators, Underground Nation is where real artists come to be heard. Discover new music, explore exclusive podcasts, and connect with the culture that lives outside the mainstream. Visit underground-nation.com today and experience everything moving and grooving underneath the surface. Underground Nation, where the underground lives.
essentially, you're kind of giving the mask the same life as your eyeball character. You're going with the flow and with the energy from your audience and feeding with that.
Yes.
That's fucking great. That's how you get in with people. That's how you build a rapport. That's how you get people to actually feel and not just hear.
Right.
And that's fucking great. People need more experience. And the fact that you bring multiple elements together, you hit on the different senses.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome. That's great. So was there
'cause even with my live performances, like if I do a festival and I'm there all day, people will see me regular, normal. And as it's getting closer to my performance, something might change. I might have darker makeup on. Then in an hour, my outfit's different. So people are, engaging with me in different parts of who I am. And next thing they're like, wait, that's the same dude that was dancing and teaching us hula hoops when the sun was here. They're screaming right now, like, you know what I mean? Or like someone that only saw the mask stuff and then I take it off and I'm singing and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, emotions all over the place, just hitting and vibing it, but that's life, right? Fluidity. Being able to adapt and to change and to ride that current, that's fucking great. So was there a specific moment or personal experience that pushed you toward darker, more ritualistic soundscapes?
I would say it's always been there. I had a very strong Christian upbringing, and when I eventually stepped back from that side kind of came out. And so that is kind of the embodiment of that.
Right. I can kind of, a lot of people, sometimes I hear like their childhood upbringings just doesn't really fall in tune to who they are and the path that they find and choose to walk later on. So that I can hit hard with that one too. That's real. Very real. Very real. So your music moves across multiple genres without asking permission. Do you intentionally avoid labels, or do labels simply fail to keep up?
I would say no one knows where to place me. How describe my music? Like if you would say Twisted Split is a what artist? Where would you put me? If you wouldn't say multi-genre, where are you putting me at? You can't. You would just label me as an artist. Or as I tell people, the moment I start interacting with people at a show, I go, I'm an entertainer. Because you can't put me. Yeah, because I'm entertaining through music and, the spinning and this, that, and the third. So it's more of an entertainer because not all the time do I have my lyrics out of my like the backing track. Like it's there because I'm focused on what I'm showing you. Because I'll do like at the opening of one, I had black sand that I was, pouring all around me and doing things, lighting candles and things like that. Can't really sing while I'm doing all this other stuff. So I'll have it playing, but I'm putting a skit on. I'm entertaining. People are like, whoa, what's this? What are you doing? And then, when I'm finally like, okay, I could breathe, I could go, do whatever, I'll, interact and do what I need to do.
You are the artist and the art.
Yes.
So I guess that would be a hard place to kind of put somebody on that one. That's valid. Fair enough. where would we put Twisted Split? Underground Nation, we might need your help on this one, on finding a spot.
Yeah, if you can, let me know.
So walk us through your creative process. Does a track start with emotion, imagery, rhythm? I mean, I know you said that you feed off of a lot of your audience. So, oh no, are we froze? Are we froze? Are you there?
I think we had a minute. I think we had a moment. Can you hear me?
Okay, we got you back. We got you back.
Okay, so you said the process of my music. All right,
Yes.
so it depends. Sometimes it's emotion. Something struck a feeling, and I'm writing, because that's how I originally started, is journaling. It's expression, writing for therapy. It started with me, and I let some people see it. And they're like, this is a poem. And then it was, this is music. So some stuff starts with an event that happened, and now I'm feeling. Or an experience. I might do something and go, wow, let me write about this experience. One of my songs that people commonly think it's about a girl is about my staff. It's literally reference, you got you in my hand, now I got you burning up. You're an extension of me. The crowd is looking at our flawless connection. But people are like, oh, that's a girl. No, fuck no. It's my staff that I've had for the last 10 years that's never let me down. When I'm upset, I aggressively spin that. When I'm happy, I fluidly spin it. It just depends.
Yeah.
You can
The
find
single-mindedness, people just assuming that it's about, a love, male-female relationship, not seeing a bigger picture.
Yeah, I've had songs that I'm working on about my connection with the moon. But I guarantee you people will go, that's a love song. No, I said moon like 10 times. That's her name. No.
Maybe
All right,
you should say
think
Luna.
Right.
You say your people have been with you for the past 10 years, so that obviously is like a big impact on what you're feeling, where you're going. So their moods and what they're dealing with in their life most definitely affects what art that you're putting out at the moment. No, that's, yeah. Well, I mean, that's definitely not a girl.
Nope.
Though you were my ride or die, you took me by surprise, tears running down my eyes. These feelings you can't deny, you are not satisfied, the truth you cannot hide. I feel so lonely, so lonely, so lonely, shutting down so coldly, so coldly, so coldly. Say you don't know me, screaming out you don't know me. Say I'm controlling, always busy trolling. Late night we be rolling, count K holding. Gave all I had to you, now my heart is swollen. My love for you runs deep, but I cannot hear you with the ring you can fucking keep. That shit means nothing to me. We said we would see the world together, that meant by my side. Now when you look at me, I see pain all in your eyes. You scream, I scream back, always telling me what I lack. You said I'm wrong, it's in my head, I did wrong. Now this house ain't a home, straight dog, yeah I'm gone. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a duck a bone. Ignore me as I blow up your phone. Tragic, sporadic, fell in love, drug magic, Polly, Molly, yeah, a strip in me. I was dumb as hell to think you were fulfilling me. How the shit not being honest, not being real with me, ooh. So you were my ride or die, you took me by surprise, tears running down my eyes. These feelings you can't deny, you are not satisfied, the truth you cannot hide. I feel so lonely, so lonely, so lonely, shutting down so coldly, so coldly, so coldly. It hurts, yeah, I know, take that. Fuck a heart, I know you'll break that. It's me, I know, I'm bad at letting go. Feels like you're leaving me, but I understand pain is how we grow. I just wanna let you know, I just said thank you so. I thought you were down, gave you my heart and a fucking crown. Stable love and a solid ground, now it's like a merry-go-round. Got me looking like Bubba the Crown, in your emotions, yeah I drown. Memories be profound, burning up like I'm hell-bound. Yeah, now it's fucking killing me, nothing's real to me. Every conversation's like you're drilling me. Mad because I take everything to heart and so literally. Every time you belittle me, mind games riddle me. Though you were my ride or die, you took me by surprise, tears running down my eyes.
So going in with like the emotions and everything, yeah, the whole art, like literally you just said that you wrote poetry. You started out with poetry. So we got the poems, we got, the audio, we got the visual, the fire spinning. Fire spinning is not something you see at most shows. What does fire represent in your performances?
It's a very passionate and it grasps attention. It's a very big wow factor grabber for me. Because you say most people don't do it, let alone can most people do. Because there's points in my show where I'm rapping or singing with one hand and I'm still doing stuff with the other, spinning behind my back. And then I gain friends as I go. And so they come up and they just grab it and they handing it. And now it's all an experience.
Sir, you just literally summed up ADHD right there. Multitasking. How many squirrels are juggling trees up in that noggin?
Yes, so many. Way too many. Way too many.
I'm trying to tell you. I get it, though. I get it. And your brain doesn't feel happy and satisfied unless you are doing all of that.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, we there. We there. So how does your live energy differ from what listeners hear in headphones? And which do you prioritize more?
I want to say you can...
That's a bit of a hard one.
Well, that's definitely a hard one. Just because I try to catch the same energy of the song, like when I recorded them or when I wrote them. So if it's a very emotional or song fueled by a lot of emotion, when I go to record it, it's in that recording. So when I go to perform, I'm tapping into that. So when I do my performances, I'm strategic on what I'm performing. It's a story. It's a journey. Like, music should be a journey, just like I've been on a lot of concerts with DJs. I've learned with them, their music is a story. You know what I mean? You don't want to just hear the same thing over, bang, bang. No, they'll be high. Then they go, oh, why am I feeling slow and sad? Then, oh, here comes the come off. Boom, yeah, fuck that roof. We're blasting through the roof. And then they finish it off with a banger or something heartfelt. And I'll give speech, like a speech at the end of a slow song at the end, if that's the vibe. I'm usually in contact with the DJ, and I have 3 flash drives that I give them, depending on how I feel the vibe is until I go, determines what the fuck I'm doing. Because, people might be doing some aggressive stuff and people aren't feeling that. So I might be like, scoop, that guy that was doing some, hood shit, that's where it's at. Put number 3 in.
That's smart.
Yeah, because you don't want to be going to a show thinking, everybody's going to be hype and everybody's doing some heartfelt shit and you just sitting there screaming your mouth, your head off. Now what? You making everybody leave.
That is so smart. You really approach that very good. Being diverse in the multi-genre, you have that ability that gives you a uniqueness and, like a trump card over other artists. Like you said, they go into it with one vibe. That's what they got is one vibe. And that crowd is not on that vibe. Now what?
Yep.
Were you going to pull out some fire spinning too, buddy? Because I'll tell you right now, not a lot of people do that.
Right. Yep. Yep.
So you really got it covered. All the bases covered. That really kind of does make it difficult to put you in a spot. I guess getting a label would make it fine. Yeah, that would be difficult. Make your own. This is the day and age where Twisted Split has his own spot now.
Hey, look, I'm thinking about it. I'm looking to do an event where I'm going to call it the Unwanted Misfits. We're the oddballs. People can't place us. I have artists, like illustrators and stuff that are like that too. People can't categorize them. And so I want to get us all together for 5 days on an Airbnb and let's just see what we do. Get 10 of us in there, no distractions. All phones on do not disturb, bring your laptop, be on the Wi-Fi. And, let's work and let's see what kind of weird shit we're the oddballs. So anything we create together, we're going to definitely get the shock value because people wouldn't expect it from us. And it's going to be new and not done yet. So that's some vibe that I'm trying to do. So it's in the works.
That actually sounds really fucking awesome and amazing. I would love to see what comes out of that. And I can actually think of a few off the top of my head from the Underground Nation world that would be more than happy to jump on that one with you.
Send them my way. Twisted social media. Find me, tap in. Let's work. I got some other stuff. I'm always working on stuff. I promise you, hit me up. I have a spot, some project for you.
You hear it straight from his mouth. Go at him. Come get him. Bring it. All
Get it.
people, all walks of ages of life and colors and shapes and sizes. He wants you. He wants you to get split with him.
Yeah.
That is really fucking great though. Awesome. That's, just, and like the different art, period, like the written stuff, the visual, going back to that is just really great, like.
Looking for bold, high-quality merch that hits harder than your next show? At Smokin' Barrel Apparel, we fire up the best in screen printing and promotional gear, crafted for bands, artists, and creators who refuse to blend in. From shirts to banners, from tour drops to custom promo runs, we've got your back with the best prices around. Learn more today at Smokin'. That's SMOKINBA.com. Official sponsor of the Underground Nation podcast, supporting the heartbeat of the underground, one print at a time. Contact Ryan Chavez for more information. Smokin' Barrel Apparel, where your brand meets the barrel.
Opening for Lit Frank and performing at major festivals, what did those stages teach you about your presence as an artist?
It definitely helped me with catering to the crowd. You might be doing something in the middle of your show, and you can if you pay attention to your crowd, you can tell when you're losing them. Know when to change up what you're doing. So my first time going into the Christmas festival that I perform at, I went in with my heavy stuff thinking this is what it's gonna be like. And like 5 minutes into it, I saw people going, ooh, and I sounded like, oh, my bad, we got you. So then I made it into, I pulled up something YouTube, Christmas stuff, and I turned it into a funny juggling kind of thing. Like, I dropped my staff kind of deal, pick it up, stumbling, spinning it thing. So it was a laughter thing. People love that. Now I know to do that. But I've learned sometimes you got to improvise.
Improv.
You need to learn to be good with that. Improv is a big thing.
My mentor
What are you going to do? Your mic
that
stop
word.
working. Your mic stops working. What people are going, oh, you're not going to walk off the stage. Start singing. Start chanting.
What?
It doesn't matter what you do. As long as you're interacting with the crowd's going to go, oh, that's that motherfucker. They cut his mic off. And he had us all tell a story. Don't fucking matter, but just always engage, because people are gonna remember what you do when what happens when things are going wrong. Everything's going right. It doesn't matter. Bad news spreads faster than good news. So and welcome those fuck ups. Just be ready for them.
Welcome the fuck ups. Open arms.
Welcome the fuck ups. That's how you get better.
And the misfits.
Right.
Now, that is a good point, though. That is really fucking valid. And again, it goes back to reading the crowd, catching the vibe, playing off of that, and using it to your benefit for your performance, to deliver that and drive it home, to capture your audience and keep them. That's pivotal, man. That's crucial. That's a lot of artists don't take advantage of that and hack into that and losing. They're losing.
Right, they are. Make way for the misfits. We coming.
Make way for the misfits. Absolutely. So, Chainbreaker feels more than a song. It feels like a declaration. What were you breaking free from when you wrote it?
Addiction. Heavy addiction. I am now 3.5 years sober, and that song was in the works as I was battling with it. If people listen to my music, you can tell what songs I reference my addiction as demons. There's a song I have called Calling Me. I hear you calling me. These demons are calling me. Yeah, it was when I was going through those withdrawal symptoms. I hear it calling. I want it, but I got through it all. So that was a declaration of, when I released that, like, I finally I've been free of this stuff, and anybody can do it. If I can, and I thought I was at the lowest of the low, you know what I mean? And now I'm doing way better than I ever thought I could. If I can do it, anybody can. The only excuse is the excuses you're giving yourself. You're holding yourself back.
Yeah, that hit, that you're speaking from the heart on that. And there are so many artists that struggle with addiction, and not just artists, people in general that struggle with addiction and are stuck in that cycle, and sometimes it is important to hear somebody else's story and to know that it's possible that somebody else has been through that right along with them, and they picked up the rocks, they started throwing them right back at them, and kept on going. So that's awesome. And yeah, you're right. And that's not something, it keeps coming back. Demons keep coming back in different tracks because it's really not something that you win. That is a lifelong battle.
It is. Something happens in your life, that demon's right there saying, hey, here's an escape. You got to remind yourself that wasn't an escape, that was hell. Don't go back to hell.
Yeah, that is a very, very declarative message. So that's awesome on that one. Do the most carries ambition and intensity. Is that track aspirational, confrontational, or self-critical?
I know what happened with that produced that one. Someone said that I always do the most and I need to learn to be normal. Yeah, no, fuck that. No, there's no fun in that. So that's where you got. Look out below. They say I'm on my high horse. All right, look, I'll ride this high horse by myself and be weird by myself over here. Leave me alone to do the most by myself. I don't give a fuck.
You're not alone. You're not alone, though. We have misfits.
I know. But like, yeah, I've had people tell me like, hey, you do too much. Like, tone it down. Why the fuck would I do that? Like, no. If I'm too much for you, then go find someone that's watered down. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
No, those are the vanilla ones. Those are the individuals that have no flavor, no spice, no palate at all. Vanilla.
Right.
Go get some season.
Yeah, season.
So dropping both releases on Halloween was intentional. What does that date symbolize in your mythology?
So for me, so I'm a spiritual collective. So what I use Halloween for is a time to honor the dead, as well as because I believe it's the time that the dead can roam. You know,
Right.
Hallows Eve, let that roam. So I commune. I pay respects to graveyards, you know, and I thank them because at the end of the day, they lived the life that paved the path for us. Whether it directly affected us or not, we are all connected in some way, point, shape, or view. So whatever Joe Schmogenstein over here did affected this person, and that's why I'm here.
We're
You know
talking
what
to
I
you,
mean?
Joe Schmogenstein. You hear that,
Right,
right?
Joe Schmogenstein. You know what you did.
I'm talking to you. I feel you on that one. I'm Norse pagan, so I have my roots go deep with that. So I get that date is just a very powerful date. Not only individually, but amongst the community, and there's a lot of individuals who find a lot of power behind that date. Just a lot of symbology, and just it's Halloween. It's Halloween. I mean, who doesn't like candy?
Right. It needs no explanation. It's fucking Halloween. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. Who doesn't like it? If you don't,
Right.
Joe Schmogenstein,
Yeah.
go find. So, how do you decide when a song belongs to the public versus staying part of your private process?
I have a bunch of people that I'll let hear, and they've been mentors, and then I have my music manager, and they'll let me know, hey, we think this needs to be cleaned up, or this. I do have a few songs that I've written just for myself that will never get out there. So determining whether I'm going to release something or not, if it's private or not, I wait until it's finished and then I'll listen to it. And if I feel it's too vulnerable, I won't release it. And that's just we live in a world that's very judgmental.
That's
And
understandable.
I don't really want to throw something out there that, I might put my heart into and people tear it down. And I'm like, yeah, fuck music. So I'm just very picky with certain things. Maybe if one day I go, I'm done with music and I'll just release everything I have. That way I don't have to listen to people's comments and just turn all my comments on.
Oh, save those tracks for the misfits. Save those for the misfits. That is coming. You're onto something. You found your place. Joe Schmogenstein can go to F it. Yeah, we found a place. I do. That really, I know a lot of artists that kind of feel the same way. Not everybody puts everything that they make out. You got to have a little bit of your privacy, a little bit of what gave you the fuel to become an artist and put it out there to begin with.
Right.
I mean, you started with your poetry. I'm pretty sure you didn't publish everything. Some things are not all for everybody's eyes.
Yeah, they're in a folder somewhere.
So I can respect that, absolutely. So let's poke around a little bit.
Some artists wait to be discovered. Others step into the shadows and take their shot. Welcome to Mic Check Thursday, hosted by the host with the ghost, Bounceball Boogie. Every week, the Boogeyman opens the gates, searching for the realest voices in the underground. No industry politics, no fake hype, just raw talent and honest feedback. Think you've got a hot track? For just 99 coins, submit your song and get one guaranteed play live. Get reviewed by Bounceball Boogie and the full panel of creatures from the Boogieverse. And if your sound hits different, you might earn something most artists never get: a personal invitation to a spotlight interview on the official Underground Nation podcast. This isn't a contest. This is a gateway to exposure, to community, to your next level. Join us live for Mic Check Thursday. Bring your track, bring your courage, and step into the Boogieverse. The Underground is watching. Are you ready to be heard?
Does hiding behind mystique ever become a crutch that keeps listeners at arm's length?
I don't think so, because there's the softer side that allows them to tap in. Because, like I said, it's the separation of people that like the heavier, the softer. If they want to cross, they're welcome to. But some people like that mysteriousness, and they'll never tap into the smaller stuff, or they have, and they're like, what was that? It was not for you, so you stay over there. You know what I mean?
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I think with me being multi-genre, I allow them to connect as deeply as they wish to.
That's actually good. Speaking of that, just going on that, multi-genre. So we're going, like you have art that hits on the young, the old, the crippled, the embodied, the stable, the unstable, literally all over. You produce music and art that resonates and people can respond and feel with that. So, like some artists use darkness as aesthetic without doing the inner work. How do you make sure your darkness is authentic and not performative?
Because my dark is me. We are all light and dark. We are all balanced creatures. So, I mean, I'm not going to write a song about running the streets and shooting things up type dark, because I don't know that dark. That is not my dark. I do not put on a persona.
Right.
But my dark with struggling with demons, or the dark that I experience when I'm heartbroken, is real. So it's authentic, because I do not portray who I am now.
Not a character. Genuine authenticity.
Yes.
Right there. That, you know what? That's the easiest thing to sell, because that's the least thing you're going to fuck up and forget, right? You can't forget yourself.
Right.
What role are we today, Sue?
Right.
Yeah, well, that definitely makes sense. Genre bending is celebrated, but also risky. Have you ever worried that being too different could limit your growth or audience? We kind of touched base a little bit on that. Oh no, is he frozen again? Damn it, Elsa, let it go. Gotta give it a moment. Resonating heating rays to thaw.
Every album, every song, and in parentheses, I put what type of music it is. It says pop, dark, screamo, beware, da-da-da, da-da-da, R&B, blah, 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 electronic. So there's no tapping in to the wrong stuff. Now, with the blending and the genre bending stuff, that's labeled on there too. So then it's like in a section, listen at your own risk, experimental.
Right. So basically, do your research before you tune in. Know what you're getting into at your own risk.
Listen to 2 or 3 different songs before you make your opinion. If you listen to a song that has you going, whoa, listen to it again. Because the first time is a shock. And then the second time, you'll know if you actually like it or not.
Yeah, I always give a 3 rule. I have a 3-time rule. I have to listen to a song 3 times before I can actually pass true judgment of it, unless it is just that ungodly horrible and my ears are bleeding from it.
Yep.
Those ones. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those, yeah.
Yeah, other than that, we give everything, 3 times. Because like you said, it's shock. You've never heard it before. Whoa, what was that? And then the second time, it's like, oh, okay, I'm vibing with that.
Uh-huh.
And then the third time is what it
is. And you're like, oh, I fucked with this. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Most definitely. And so under management now, how has structure helped or changed your creative freedom?
I say the structure has not changed creative freedom. It has helped me fine-tune it. Yes, I've had a lot that I figured out, but a lot of it was figured out through throwing spaghetti at a wall and picking up what stuck. You know what I mean? So now I have someone that's going, give me your ideas. Okay, this is okay. This is what's wrong with this, but you can fix it with this, and stop worrying about these things. Focus on that. So I'm given direction now. As for the creative side, the reason he picked me up to manage me was he enjoyed who I was creatively. So there's no changing that. And if anybody would try to change that, I'm stepping away, because that takes away the entire point of all of this.
Yeah. You're lucky. You're very lucky, because not everybody has management like that. They don't have that freedom. Those spaghetti noodles, they heap up and clump up, and it's a ball of noodles, and they just get bowled over.
Well, shout out to my manager, SSMG, man. He's the man.
That's right. You heard it. Shout out. Good. It sounds like you guys are actually working really well together and making some beautiful meatballs, spaghetti, pasta. Yeah,
yes.
Beautiful sauce it up.
Whip it.
No.
Hold up, wait a minute, y'all really thought I was finished. Right now, blasting out a bomb, and second out, I'm on a mission. Mama told me I'm a star, look at me, watch me glisten. Ain't nothing holding me, I'm breaking the chains that is holding me. Watch me shine connected to my truth, embrace my difference through and through. Yo, tell me who to be, my question is who I am. Cause these chains got me snapping out like I'm Django. Spinning down me up like Gorky, turn me like the Rango. What you know about working them long nights, trying to get out of the shadows? So I found my own lane, fuck all you assholes. On some bug shit, causing disturbances like a rash. Tolerance ain't holding me, for now I'm breaking free. Ain't nothing holding me, I'm breaking the chains that is holding me. Ain't nothing holding me, I'm breaking the chains that is holding me.
Debbie got bars like Jimmy got crack corn. Acting like you rapping till the cypher hit the back porch. Steppers down the slide, but I refrain to ask for it. Cause I'm at the age where I'ma handle it myself more. Hits on Bellator, pop, kettle corn, body rotten, no enemies looking like Skeletor. Some will tell you less is more cause they ain't found a way to get it. If you can't create the leverage, then your level ain't respected. You know I got it, bitch, I'm all in. You can tell by how I talk, walk, jump, jog, skip. Everything I spit gold like cargo from a sunk ship. I'm with splitting cash, ironic, we sharing profits. OMG, I broke the chains, I don't need no extra weight. When my speed was set to pace, ain't just me, I be with game. My shit, spray the glade, cutting deals with a lame. Ain't no deal, it's a shame. Know you feeling what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing holding me, I'm breaking the chains that is holding me. Ain't nothing holding me, I'm breaking the chains that is holding me.
Do you feel pressure to constantly escalate visuals, symbolism, or shock value to stay relevant?
No more than who I am. I don't go out of my way to try to like shock people. I just think who I am and how I do things throw people off. So it's just natural. I feel like when I try, people are like, this is cringy stuff. So it's just like, I'll just let it flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're like, they're trying too hard. This is just way too wrong. Just no. Yeah. I've had a few.
Just be you and let it flow. Just let it flow. I goodness, I get told that all the time. I'm going to be honest, doing this, it kind of intimidates a little bit, kind of like stage fright type, spotlight, just like freeze, like, but then, you get into a flow and it's natural. Right. And then you're vibing and it works. It works.
Yes. And that's how you know it's the right thing that's going on right then and there. Yes.
Yeah, that's fucking great. So yeah, shock value. Don't be shocked. Keep the value. So what's harder, creating the art or protecting your mental and emotional energy once it's released?
I'd say the protecting the mental energy piece. It's exhausting. So when you release something, it is now out there. So now you're engaging people with it. Now you're promoting it. Now you're performing it. Now you're always talking about it. Opposed to when you were just creating, it was just the project that you were having fun with. So it definitely messes with the mental because it takes it out of a creative fun space and turns it into a business aspect.
I guess I could feel that. It's not really, you don't have everybody else's input and everything or opinions beforehand. And then once it's out there, And everybody opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them, and they all stink.
Yeah.
All of that. That makes sense. I guess, yeah, absolutely. You can't control everybody else's energy around. You can only control your own. You can control your responses and reactions. So that's good. So for listeners who feel split inside themselves, caught between who they are and who they're becoming, what advice would you give them about embracing that duality instead of fighting it?
The advice I would give you is you're already where you need to be. If you're fighting and struggling with who you are, you need to walk with yourself. Find time for yourself. Typically, people that are struggling with that pull separate ways are then searching for those answers out on the outside. So meditate, work on yourself, and everything will eventually come together in unison and be balanced for you. You're not alone. My social medias are always open for anybody that needs to just talk or needs a friend as well, because I know what it's like to not have that. Especially if you're depressed or, you're feeling really low, reach out to someone. There's always someone that's willing to listen. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and always reward yourself for your accomplishments, even if they're small. Rome wasn't built in a day, so neither will your dreams, and neither will you perfecting yourself. We're not perfect creatures, and I'm not even perfect, and I meditate a lot. I do self-work a lot, but there's still things that rattle me, and it's all growth, and it's all part of the life experience. So you're doing great. Just keep pushing forward and never stop.
Fucking amazing. Absolutely. Words of relevance right there. If you didn't hear them, play it back, listen again, turn it up, and hear it with the heart. Because those are words to value right there. Massive respect to Twisted Split for stepping into the Underground Nation and sharing their world with us. If you felt this conversation, don't just think about it, act on it. Go follow, like, and subscribe to Twisted Split across all social and streaming platforms. Stream Chainbreaker, Run Up, Do the Most, and experience the mythology for yourself. And for everything moving, shaking, and rising from the underground, visit undergroundnation.com. This is Feral Minx, and remember, in the underground, we don't just listen to the music, we become it.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of the Underground Nation podcast. Huge thanks to our guest Twisted Split for stepping into the Underground Nation and sharing their story, sound, and vision with us. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Twisted Split on all social media and streaming platforms. And go run up the music so you don't miss what they drop next. And of course, stay connected with everything happening beneath the surface by visiting underground-nation.com. That's underground-nation.com, where you can discover new artists, explore podcast episodes, and tap into the culture moving through the underground. Until next time, keep your ears open and your mind ready for what's next. This is the Underground Nation podcast.